Canadian-born Lana Nyland was in Ukraine when the war started and has made it her mission to help people understand the impact of the war through her organization, Ukrainian Patriot. Since February last year, she has raised money for food, medicine, tactical clothing, and funds for Ukrainian citizens. And today we are joined by Lana Nyland, founder of Ukrainian Patriot. Thank you so much for finding time for us today.
Thank you, Brittany. It's great to be here.
So let's kind of start from the beginning. You're Canadian-born. You've been a dancer for your whole life. How did you end up in Ukraine?
This amazing group that I got to dance with in the early days had come to Canada, and I said, I don't know how, I don't know when, but I'm going to dance with this group.
Wow.
And I ended up doing so in 2003 for a number of years and being able to travel the world really and experience life as a Ukrainian, in an amazing time in the country's own personal history.
And so you were there when the war started.
I was there when the invasion started, because the war actually began in 2014 following the Euromaidan Revolution of Dignity, and the invasion began in February 2022. I was in my apartment in Kyiv, alone with animals, many of which were not mine, and it was probably the scariest time of my life. Yeah.
Is that what led you to starting Ukrainian Patriot?
You know, I think fear can take on many manifestations, and if you allow it to really sort of dig into your psyche, it can just change what your path is, what you are supposed to be doing. And so I decided not to allow that to happen. And instead, on the 28th of February, I wanted to do something. I knew that I needed to help people in Ukraine. I wasn't ready to evacuate. And so I put my hand up and I said, you know, I'm starting this fund, who's with me? And I had a number of people from across the world immediately get in touch. Yeah. So
you chose to use that fear for good, for
absolutely,
movement.
Yes.
So tell me what you've done.
So, as you say, there is always the recognition that something could happen. But our team, which is absolutely international, we've got volunteers from all over Canada, the US, Europe, Australia, and most certainly within Ukraine. We accept aid, both in kind as well as financial, and we pile that, whether it's food bags or hygiene kits, generators, into our fleet, which is about 6 cars at this moment. And we make trips from Kyiv, which is our base, right to the front line.
Wow.
So we're visiting civilian communities that can't or will not leave for whatever reason, pensioners, families with children who are disabled, but also who can't work, as well as our volunteer battalions.
How did you develop this network? It sounds like you have people all over the place, all doing this one thing.
It's amazing, actually. You know, not once have I put the call out that we need this person or that person. It really has been a completely organic experience this last year, and I have the most incredible people who are in my orbit and who are working either internationally or on the ground with me in Ukraine, and it's the universe that's hard at work.
So tell me about, what are some of the things that you brought with us today?
Well, one of the things that we absolutely make sure that we have our finances moving towards our IFACs. So these are individual first aid kits. They house things like tourniquets, chest seals, hemostatic bandages. And this is going to be, absolutely. I carry one of these along with a plate carrier, a helmet, ear protection. If anyone is hurt or injured severely at the front line, this is going to be your best friend until you can get to the point where you get to a CCP, casualty collection point, where medical professionals then take over.
Right, but this is that front line.
That's right.
What do we have right here?
This is a trench candle. So there are a number of battalions, not in the traditional sense, but in the volunteer sense, and this is one of them. We've got women who are in Kyiv and further inward who are doing all they can really to support the effort. They take tin cans, pieces of cardboard, melt wax, and with the cardboard and wax allow that to dry within the can itself, and then we've got a trench candle that our extremely brave men and women have with them in really the darkest places.
Looking at those, feeling those.
Yeah.
How much does that hurt your heart?
What hurts actually is that these are supposed to be 2 countries that the world understood to be brothers, family. And that's really not what's happening at this moment. You don't treat your family like this. And I am at a point in my life where I can do something about it. I don't do well with bullies, and Ukrainian Patriot is standing up at this moment to the biggest bully of all.
How can we help stand up to that bully?
So we've got a wonderful website. There's an opportunity to donate. Anyone who donates actually over $50, there's a beautiful story actually in Ukraine. These are patches, and anytime you do anything of great import, you would remove your patch and exchange it with that of somebody else. And so you end up actually having this beautiful collection. And so that's what this is. This is a demonstration of this incredible act that you have done. It's certainly for Ukrainian Patriot. So we gift our donors of more than $50 with a patch. But not only, actually, there's opportunities to donate, certainly financially online, but in kind as well, medical, generators, anything that is going to allow Ukraine to continue to stand and to be prosperous.
Well, Lana, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much, and for giving us another opportunity to lend in that aid.
It's my great pleasure. Thank you so much for caring. Light and love.